Bitcoin is very close to a huge breakout, just like we saw some weeks ago, and we are expecting some huge volatility for Bitcoin. In this video I'm going to have a look at some very interesting news that is hitting the markets, and we also see that the month of April closed in green. I'm going to have a look at different charts for Bitcoin. I will have a look at the S&P 500, and later in the video I will also have a look at the two altcoins, XRP and Ethereum. So about that later in the video. So please slap up the like button because it will be highly appreciated by me. And now let's dive right into the charts. So in my video of yesterday I discussed that Bitcoin broke down from this important formation. We saw a beautiful bearish break, and then after that we saw a beautiful bearish retest. So after this bearish retest was unfolding, you could have entered the market in a short, just like I've been saying. And we can see my bearish scenario played out perfectly. So you could have traded this formation to the downside, and as I'm always saying, the lower side of this formation is confluent with the breakdown target, and this target got hit perfectly. So eventually you could have made a very interesting gain of more than 2%. So especially when you are leverage trading, this is a very unique chance to have a little bit of a short trade and to make a lot of money. So from there, when the Bitcoin reached the breakdown target, we saw a beautiful bounce to the top side again, and now we're back at this higher side resistance. So let's see if Bitcoin can break through it, because after this healthy price action, we are now seeing a beautiful bounce to the top side. And a lot of people in my Telegram group took this trade together with me, and you can also trade together with me on Bitunix. If you register, you get a 10 USDT bonus for free. So you can click the link in the description under this video right here, and then you can start trading together with me on Bitunix. You will also get a lot of other great bonuses when you deposit money onto your Bitunix account. So let's trade together and make some money. However, if we zoom out on the 4-hour time frame, we can see that Bitcoin is still inside of this huge formation, and we are coming closer and closer to a huge breakout, because the price of Bitcoin is getting squeezed into an apex. On the top side, we can see a big resistance coming in, and we can also see this upward sloping support area where Bitcoin is also getting respected. So for now, we are coming closer to this huge apex, and I think we will see a breakout to the top side either today, or a breakout to the downside, of course. Of course, we want to see that break to the top side, because we are seeing higher lows and equal highs, and that means that the price of Bitcoin is getting squeezed to the top side, which is very, very beautiful, of course. And if we are going to break this resistance to the top side, I think we will see the levels about around the $100,000 for Bitcoin very soon after. So just like we saw a couple weeks ago, we saw a little bit of a consolidation after a big pump to the top side. After that we saw a pump to the top side, and now we are seeing another consolidation. So yeah, most likely we will see a huge breakout today. So get ready for some huge volatility. And having a look at the Bitcoin ETF of yesterday, we saw finally a bearish day. Of course, BlackRock didn't hold back, and they bought for $267 million in Bitcoin. But we can see the Fidelity, Bitwise and the ARK Bitcoin ETF, and also a little bit from the Grayscale ETF, they were selling their Bitcoin, and eventually we saw a minus $56.3 million of outflow. So yeah, eventually we're now coming to the $39 billion of total inflow, and still this is an insane amount, of course. So yeah, let's see if the rest of the week can be bullish for the Bitcoin ETFs, and later in the video I will have a look at the Ethereum ETFs, because I will analyze Ethereum. So the S&P 500 is also very, very bullish to see. We created a new high, of course, where we can see here. That was in the beginning of 2025, and then we saw a huge decline after Trump stated his tariffs. We also saw a beautiful correction. We are now seeing that the S&P 500 is breaking through this huge resistance. We retested this perfectly, and you can see here this very perfect bullish retest is happening now. And if we have a look at the monthly time frame, we can also see that the month of April was a very interesting bullish candle, because we came all the way to these lows, and now we're seeing a beautiful candle. So this is exactly what we want to see. And if we have a look at the Nasdaq chart for the 1 month chart, we can also see that the chart is very bullish in the month of April. We can see a huge decline, but after that we recovered, and now we are seeing this bullish green candle, and this hammer candle is a very clear indicator that we're going to see more topside in the coming months. So yeah, if we zoom out on the monthly time frame, we can see this chart is up only, and I think Bitcoin will follow this perfectly. and we will see more highs in the 2025, I think, for both the stock market and also for Bitcoin. And having a look at the Bitcoin daily chart, we can see we broke above this previous resistance, and we tested this perfectly as support. As we can see here, we broke above it, we are retesting it as support, and now we could see some continuation of the price. So this could of course be very bullish for Bitcoin. So let's see if this breakout target can also be reached, and it will be around the previous all-time high, because breaking down from this falling wedge formation, we are still not coming close to the breakout target. So this breakout target is around the $108,000, but currently Bitcoin is holding strong above this resistance. So let's see if we can see a continuation of the price. But however, we could also see a little bit of a throwback that Bitcoin is going to create a higher low, and that of course would also be very healthy. But after that, we want to see that higher high, and then we can confirm the bullish continuation of the price. So let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts? Are we going to see a break or a rejection back to lower levels, or do you think we will skyrocket to the $100,000 very soon? And we also have some very important news coming in, and that was that yesterday North Carolina joins the US strategic Bitcoin reserve race as the House votes for H92, enabling in Bitcoin investment and advancing the state's digital asset reserve. So just like Arizona, they are now in the race for a huge Bitcoin strategic reserve, and I think they will most likely be approving it this or next week. And this of course will be very bullish, and a lot of other United States and America might follow, and they will also buy for 10% of their holdings. So North Carolina is holding approximately $32 billion in cash. So 10% of that will be invested in Bitcoin. So if other states will do it, we will see a huge flood of money going into the Bitcoin market. And having a look at the Bitcoin monthly returns, we can see that April turned out green. We started the month in red, but now we can see we turned in positive for 14%, and May is already up for 1%. So let's see if May can be bullish as well. And in the past, May is a little bit of a mixed month, just like June. So we want to see more bullish inflows for Bitcoin, of course. And let's see if the month of May can also turn positive, and if we're going to see double digits as well. So the first altcoin I want to have a look at is XRP, and we can see that XRP finally broke out of this huge falling wedge formation, which I've been discussing on my Twitter channel and also in my previous videos where I analyzed XRP. We broke out bullish, we confirmed the break. We are seeing a beautiful bullish retest. So from this bullish retest, you could have entered the market for XRP in a long, and now the big next resistance will be this horizontal level, and that will be around $2.75. So after this bullish retest, and we're now seeing continuation of the bullish price action, I think we will see eventually that XRP is coming back to this previous resistance level, and from there we can see the next price action happening. But from this bullish retest, I entered the market for XRP in the long, and from this bullish retest you could make an approximately a 30% increase, and this is eventually a very, very beautiful trade to make. So congratulations if you took this trade together with me and that you're now inside of this trade. So let me know in the comments, do you also took this trade of XRP, and do you think that XRP will come back to this big resistance on the top side? So this will be the next make or break level for XRP, around the $2.75, and then the breakout target of this formation will be confluent with the top side of the formation, and that will be around the $3.30 for XRP. So this is looking all too good for XRP, and we can also see on another time frame we are still inside of this huge horizontal channel. On the top side we can see much resistance, and also on the low side we can see a lot of support. So eventually we came down a little bit, we grabbed a lot of liquidity for XRP, and now we're seeing a continuation at the top side. And this is looking very beautiful because we saw this bearish trend unfolding, and it looks like that XRP is now coming to a bullish uptrend. So let's see if we can come back to this resistance on the top side, and eventually we want to see a break to the top side and a continuation of the bullish price action. So let me know in the comments, do you still hold XRP in your portfolio, and do you think that XRP can create a new all-time high in 2025? And Ethereum is the second altcoin I want to have a look at. On the daily time frame we can see this huge bearish trend is unfolding, and we are coming closer and closer to a reversal, and it looks like that Ethereum is trying to reverse the trend. But of course we want to see a higher high after this high, but currently we are seeing only lower highs unfold. And if we have a look at another chart, we can see this beautiful falling wedge formation and eventually also broke out. We saw this resistance being broken to the top side. We are seeing a beautiful confirmation of the break, but of course we want to see a higher high, just like I've been stating, and we are creating a lower high as we can see here. So yeah, still we are in a huge downtrend, so keep in mind that Ethereum could also see some lower levels, but however we are also in for a huge reversal, and that of course will be very bullish, and it would look a little bit like this. But of course we want to see more strength for Ethereum. And if we have a look at the Ethereum ETF flows of yesterday, we can also see that we saw a minus $2.3 million in outflow. So yeah, eventually this is also not too bullish. But however, the last week was very bullish for the Ethereum ETFs, and we saw big inflow. So yeah, this is exactly what we want to see. But however, yeah, we're still inside of this huge downtrend, and we need to see a higher high before we can reverse the trend. So of course, the breakout target of this formation will be confluent with the top side, and that will bring Ethereum all the way back to the $3,400. So of course this would be a very beautiful target to hit for Ethereum, but for now we are still below the $2,000. So let's see if Ethereum can create a new all-time high and create a huge bullish uptrend to the top side. So again, thanks for watching. Please like the video if you think it is useful. Don't forget to register on Bitunix to get your 10 USDT free bonus and a lot of other bonuses when you deposit money. You can also follow me on my Telegram and also on my Twitter channel, where I post a lot of daily content about crypto overall. So I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.